And you are now tuned into another episode of Intellectually Petty Radio, brought to you by M3S3 Clothing. Men make moves and suckers stand still. And tonight we have a legend in the making, Mr. Rob Haze. You have seen him on The Tonight Show, Comedy Central, Vice, and Kev on Stage Studios, and everywhere else and in between. I bring to you Mr. Rob Haze.
What's good?
If I had some sound effects, man, you would have got some like applause and shit, but I really don't.
It's all good. It's all good. Somebody's clapping somewhere.
You deserve it though, bruh. You deserve it, man. How's
Thank you.
life?
It's going well. I'm actually in Atlanta right now, hanging with some family. So yeah, I'm having a good time in between my grandmother's birthday and my sister's birthday. The pollen's getting to me a little bit. Forgot about like how bad the pollen is. So my allergies is all flaring up, and it's the worst time to have allergies.
You gonna start breathing hard?
Yeah, everybody thinks it's the real serious sickness, and it's like no, I'm just sneezing. I don't I don't got to get PCR or nothing. I just yeah.
That's so depressing. Like you can't
hmm
cough, you can't sneeze, you can't do shit in public
hmm
without everybody looking at you like you got that shit.
Yeah, and it makes me want to touch my eyes like so bad, like just because they itching, but that's like the worst thing you can do.
Why comedy, bruh?
Um, I always was interested in comedy. I always was, as soon as I was cognizant of it, I was just like, just interested. Not even like a super fan yet. Just wondering what it was. But I don't know. I used to play around at poetry nights when I was in college, and my poems would be more funny than poignant. And so getting those first laughs was like, the first taste of a drug. And then after that, I wanted to try jokes, and trying jokes was the first thing that I was good at immediately. And then, yeah, I was just kind of off to the races from there.
The delivery, is that just you normally or is that something you perfected?
No, it's really me normally and me embracing who I am normally. I think when I first started, I would put on a voice a little bit
Uh,
and kind of, be a combination of a lot of my favorite artists. And then after a while, I just started to realize that if I talk the way that I like just normally talk on the stage, then when I think of something, I could just pop it in. Like I could be more just present in the moment if I'm myself.
Cause like your shit is like hilarious, hilarious. Like
Thank you.
niggas in the Apollo dying over themselves, hilarious.
Thank you. I did the Apollo once. I did the Apollo Comedy Club, and they put my name on the marquee and stuff, and yeah,
Oh, that's dope.
it was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, we went to Harlem a few years back, and that's like the thing I needed to see was the Apollo. Didn't go inside. We got pictures outside and shit. You know, like your name on the marquee. That's got to be dope.
It was pretty dope. Like they had a like sweet deal. It wasn't in the main room, but they had another little side room that they had the Apollo Comedy Club or whatever. And it was once a month, but so for a whole month, one of the things on the marquee would be the names of the comedians. So yeah, that's a picture that I have, forever.
That's fucking dope. Rob
hmm
Hayes. Is that your real name?
Technically, it's a variation of my real name. I gave my first name a nickname and my last name a nickname, but
Because the Hayes is like I was watching you on the 85 South show with
hmm
Los,
hmm
and it's been a minute since I smoked some weed. I'm a long time. It's one of the few conversations where I literally got the same high. Like the two
Mm.
of y'all were like,
We used to like when I would be around Los, it would just I would just be picking his brain. It's just, you know, I I recognize that Los is a genius and he knows a little bit about everything. And so I would just try to like find, where are the limits, and when you're dealing with someone as silly and as fun as Los, then there are no limits because it's like, either one of us is gonna know it or one of us is gonna feel like making it up.
that was like the most unemployed conversation I've ever heard.
Yeah, no, the thing with Los is you can't, there's so many. I don't know. I think in comedy there's so many people that they want to kind of steer and direct, a conversation or where things go and stuff. And with Los, Los is always in charge.
All right, so my first actual question.
Okay.
Kanye, how
Mm-hmm.
you feeling about your guy now?
You know, having the podcast, it was a double edged sword. Uh, at the time, you didn't hear his name every day. It seemed like there was a purpose. It seemed like there was interest, and it was a fun idea to make a podcast about someone that was so interesting and so easy to talk about, but also would go away for some long periods of time and then
Yeah.
come back. And so, I would never think in today's climate where people are so tired of hearing about Kanye, of doing the podcast. But it's taken so many turns and stuff, and I don't even think it's in the consciousness because of everything that's happened. I don't even think it's as bad as the spring of 18 when he put the hat on, or the fall of 18 when he met with Trump and stuff. I don't even think it's as bad
I
because
don't know.
we've already been through that.
I don't
We've
know.
already we've already been he's already been in the hospital. He's already had the blonde hair. He already, like we've been through so much that I don't think people are surprised anymore. I don't think people are shocked anymore. And I think that's a big part of it.
And no, I agree with you. I don't think people are shocked anymore, but I will say the documentary has helped him tremendously
Yeah.
because it has made people get it, so to speak. Like the relationship he had with his moms was something most of us can relate to a lot. And losing her, you kind of understand him losing himself. He just had to do the shit publicly. Couple that with we've all had that one chick where we just lost our fucking mind over. At least most people I know. That one chick or that one dude, for whatever reason, they just got in your head and they lived there rent free for a while. That's Kim Kardashian for him. And
Yeah.
he's extra rich, so he can do shit that the average guy can't do. I can't buy a house for my ex, not that I wanted to, but if I wanted to, I can't afford no shit like that. He can do ridiculously rich shit, and the whole world sees him falling down the mountain. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, Cootie said something that was very interesting in the third episode when he was like, Kanye told me now all I have to do is play a character. And so if you thinking like his mindset is
Yeah,
this persona is a character. And on our podcast we used to always talk about how, like Kanye was like an entity and there was a lot of moving parts in the putting this brand together that
yeah,
that we know is Kanye. But him saying that and then him losing his mom when that's his mindset, it's like, oh, now is I can never turn the character off. There's nowhere to go and be, Kanye Omari or just Kanye the person.
yeah,
I'm always in character, or
yeah.
I've lost myself in character. And that's a scary place.
That is a scary place. The funniest joke you've come up with and the worst joke.
the funniest joke I've come up with and the worst joke. Uh oh man. I if I could phone a friend, I could probably this would probably be way better. Cause yeah.
Well, for
Uh
me, the funniest one is I'm strong. I just have a weak grip.
yeah, that's like
That's
a
hilarious, bro.
that's like a piece of the project that I'm working on now. So I'm working on like a whole bigger like a special maybe special album like combo. But yeah, that's a part of this new thing that I'm working on, and I'm super excited about that joke and just because it's not even a real part of my life. It's a real part of like so many comics in New York lives that you know there was this moving company that I worked for, and I was they hated me. They
Oh, so
hated
this was
me.
a real thing.
Yeah, yeah. No, a lot. I mean, I can't tell you the last joke that I made that just was like something I made up. Yeah, the best jokes come from the truth.
Yo, they
This
actually sent you home.
They sent me home one day, and they was just like, cause it would start off cool. We would start off everybody cordial, joking around and stuff. But then as the people realized I wasn't doing as much as they were doing, it would start being an attitude. There would start being like,
Oh my god.
colder.
Yeah.
It would be a little awkward in the truck or whatever. And so yeah, one of the guys, they whispered to the other guy that made a call, and then they dropped me off somewhere and was like, "Hey, we'll keep going."
I'm sorry, bro.
Paid me out.
Yo, you got
Like
paid for that though.
I got paid for what I had did so far. I didn't get paid for the next job or whatever.
Oh.
But I got pictures. I got like bruises on my arm. Like yeah, I was. It was not a good job for me. I would also do temp work where I would work behind a desk and reception and stuff, which also is not the best fit. You know, me at a company answering the phone. Uh, yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
It's
I can't
also
see
not a
that.
great fit, but it was way better than me on a moving truck.
My cousin used to do that shit. That shit was horrible. Yeah, I can
Yeah,
understand.
it's rough. And then the name of the company. I don't want to say the name of the company, but the name of the company uh attracted people that had terrible jobs. Like the way the company branded itself, it was kind of like we'll do the hard stuff.
Okay, and people
Hmm.
expecting you to pick up their damn house.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I've been there. Have you ever been booed?
yeah. I've been booed.
What'd you do?
Uh, there's really not much you can do.
You just stand there?
I mean, no, you gotta bounce. It's not like
You just
you
leave,
can't
huh?
you can't really fight through it. Well, like the thing is, if someone yells out words, I'm nice with words. I can
Okay.
manipulate words all day. If somebody boos, then it's beyond words because a boo is kind of a rallying cry to get everyone else against you. It's to get the majority against you. And so when you get booed, that means that enough people have not liked you that like some people just join in because they've never seen it. They're
Yeah.
just like, well, I do want to see someone get booed. I am safe in the darkness. This is fun. This is making this more enjoyable. But there are some people, but there are boo nights in Atlanta where I started where you know you would get 3 minutes and people would be on the edge of their seat prepared to boo you. And it's a rough place to start because there's so much you don't know about how to address the audience, how to start, how to cut the music off. And the minute they smell blood, they boo you. But I feel like those rooms made me find my voice so much faster.
So
You
was
know,
there like did you have like a comedic mentor, or you just had to learn the shit on your own?
I had a mentor, but I feel like he was very hands off. You know how they say like Phil Jackson would just sit down
Yeah,
and then he wouldn't, you know,
he wouldn't
like
even call a timeout.
in the regular season he wouldn't call a
Yeah.
timeout. He would just kind of let you figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what my mentor did. Ronnie Jordan was like the first person that passed me a mic and the person that I would call and like ask what he thought about certain stuff and everything. And like when I was starting out, all he told me was stay on stage and kind of was hands off. But it really helped because then I wasn't like leaning on, oh, this is Ronnie's boy. This guy's cool with Ronnie. It was all on my own. I was finding out how to get on shows on my own. You know, what pitfalls to look out for, what not to look out for, what was hacky, what was had been done, all that stuff I was kind of figuring out on my own. And if I got to like a dead end or something, I did have somebody I could call, but at the same time I was figuring it out. I was figuring it out. I was super smart about it, super intense about it, you know, doing something every day trying to get on stage every day. If I wasn't getting on stage, I was at the club somewhere watching somebody. If not, I was watching specials. Get home, turn on the late night shows, watching the late night sets, like all that every day, every single day.
So when you got the call for the Tonight Show, did you already have a set? Did you like, oh, I'm ready to go, or did you make something specifically for the Tonight Show?
So they saw me. I did this showcase for and then I had been around the booker for the Tonight Show for a couple years. I won the Laughing Skull Festival. He was one of the judges, but they never felt that I had the set. And then when I had the set, they always felt like, the Tonight Show is kind of like for bigger people or people who are like, doing more, blah 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 blah. So then it was kind of like the my profile didn't, my set had it, but I didn't have the profile or whatever. So fast forward a couple years and I'm doing this showcase. And then and I had applied to every show. I had applied to Conan. The last week of Conan, everybody was posting their pics of them on Conan. I posted the notes that I got from my set because it was all red and just the guy just didn't get me, and it just felt like I was trying to be in such like a narrow scope, and
Yeah.
for me I think I'm perfect for late night, but it just it just took a while to translate. So I would apply to Seth, I would apply to um uh, Colbert, um Kimmel, I would do showcases, I would send tapes, I would do everything. So finally, I do this showcase, and the booker from the Tonight Show saw me do like 10 that was like amazing. And so then he was like, "You got to do that again in New York." And so I did it at this club, The Stand in New York. Jimmy Fallon was there. The Tonight Show like writer staff was there, and I crushed it. And then from that round of people they saw, I was the first one they called like the beginning of the next year.
That's dope. You
Hmm.
know, you know what? Like you don't have a brother comedy delivery.
Brother,
Yeah, like when you think of like the brothers, like black comics,
I got you.
your delivery is so deadpan. It's just out. Like your delivery and your face are. I wouldn't put the two together.
You
and that
think I'm
fucks with.
deadpan?
I think so. Yeah.
I would say I'm more of a like Martin Lawrence, um, jump around the stage. Like
No, no.
I would say, like me, Chris Tucker, kind of the same comedian.
Oh, I would have said like
That's what's going on in my head. In my head, I'm thinking I am all over the place. That's not what's happening.
no, not for me. Shit's hilarious, but I'm thinking Mitch Hedberg.
Mm.
And there's another guy. I think of his name, but delivery wise and the intricacy, yet the simplicity of your jokes is like you rarely get that. Like you have to actually think about the jokes, and when you actually get them, you're like, oh fuck, why didn't I? It was right there. It was right on my nose. I should have gotten that immediately, but I didn't. So it's
That's
it's just
interesting.
it's completely different, but it works. Like
I
I was at the
mean,
crib dying laughing. I'm not bullshitting at all.
yeah, I feel like a lot of it is internal. A lot of it is how I feel about what I'm doing. When I feel like, oh, it's gonna be funny, it makes it way better than when I'm unsure.
So are you sitting at home like you just sitting at home watching TV? Oh, that's a fucking joke. You write that down.
Um, I think it used to be like that. I think it used to just be like whenever something funny would spark my interest, I would talk about it. But now I'm kind of more focused. Now I'm more like, okay, I know what this project's going to be about. I know what the next one's going to be about, and kind of like already have a goal in mind and just kind of finding the funny through that.
Okay. So what's the difference between like for Sherman Showcase, which is wild, by the way. I had never heard of that until I watched the 85 South episode. And so I started looking at that. I'm like, this, first off, shout out to dude being from Detroit. What up, though? But secondly, completely, again, just threw me for a loop, but hilarious. How do you go about writing for somebody else as opposed to writing for yourself?
Um, I mean, for Sherman's, I wrote on that. My first job was the first season of the show,
Okay.
so I kind of watched the Sherman's world get built and contributed to that. But just kind of saw it happen while it was happening. So some of the pieces were there, a lot of it was there, but some of it wasn't. Some of it was the people that that came together and what they brought. As far as writing for other people, though, it's really just kind of tapping into their voice. For me, I don't like doing impressions of people to them, and that's something that some people do. Like some of the stuff I've done for Steve Harvey, people do their Steve Harvey voice, and I when I pitch jokes in my voice. But if they, when they hear something that they like and they feel like they could do, then they already know. All right, if I like it in Rob's voice, when I put my voice on it, it's gonna be crazy.
Right. So wait,
So,
so you write jokes for other people too?
I've written on like some award shows and stuff. I wouldn't say I would, written jokes for other people, but I think sketch is a little different because
Yeah.
sketch is like characters. So it's not Bashir. It's Sherman. It's not Diallo. It's Dutch. So those are kind of specific characters. But then within the sketches, people could be anybody.
Yeah.
So I mean, like for the character that I created of my funny interpretation of who Morris Day is. I know how to write for that.
All right. So you got $100 bill, and you can pay to see one comic, living or dead.
Mm. I'm gonna pay to see Richard Pryor.
I could see that. Richard Pryor was
Out
funny.
of pure curiosity, like any era, you know, I would love to see like around the like between that nigga's crazy and live in concert. But even if I saw older Richard or young hasn't figured it out yet, Richard, just from a comics perspective would be interesting.
I think I'm gonna have to go. I would say Dave Chappelle.
But
Like,
you can do that.
yeah. I
He's
mean, I can't. What? Not for $100. I'd be outside in the parking lot. But just like just for like, if I'm gonna say like a goat or somebody like Dave Chappelle for me is probably like I could drop him off in any time frame. I could do the same thing for Richard Pryor. In any time frame, you can drop him off in the comedy club, and people are gonna laugh their ass off.
hmm
What's the goal for you in 25 years?
mm, 25 years. I hope I'm still in the game. I hope I'm doing stand up when I want to.
I feel
I
you.
don't think I'll ever quit, but I used to watch on Periscope. Mort Saul, like in his 90s, would do a set every Thursday. And so, to me, that was inspiring. I would love to continue to not only want to perform, but create, you know. Um, but at the same time, I would love to start a family and continue to develop things and make things and maybe get into features and movies and stuff like that. And so there's not as much pressure in on stand up, but at the same time I never want to put it down,
I feel you on that.
but just kind of do it on my own accord. So it's not like, oh, I got to do it because I'm still trying to get this or I'm still trying to achieve that. But just when I feel like doing it, I have a chance to do it and, still put things out, still tour, but just kind of on my own. Yeah.
You got an album out too, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of that? And where can people get that?
Hazelpedia. You can find it on everything Spotify, Apple Music Title, Google Play, whatever you use. Hazelpedia is on there.
It's pretty fucking funny too, bro. I can
Thank you.
listen out, listen to that when I'm trying to work out, trying to, not die. Oh, speaking of that, I have definitely. I was thinking about this shit, like the worst shit that's ever happened to y'all. Y'all was talking about some you had a blood clot on your toe, and he had eye surgery. I'm at the house, like, man, yeah, fucking weenies. I had whole ass heart surgery. Yeah, so I got y'all beat on that one. I'm sorry, but I had to bring that up.
Wait, what are you talking about, my toe? You know about my
The,
toe?
yeah, you said it on the 85 South show. You had your toe drained.
Yeah. Okay.
See, I do my
I had
research,
a
bro.
toe injury after that.
Oh, you had one
So
after that.
yeah, I injured the same toe again, moving my stuff uh, this past summer. But I was like, I
Really?
don't remember talking about that anywhere. Like it's not. I might have did like one joke about it when I had a boot on my foot, explaining how I got a boot on my foot. But then,
How you
I
fuck up the same toe though? What'd you do?
I was moving the table. It would, I took it. I was taking it apart. It wasn't coming apart. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna just put this whole thing in my car, and I pick it up, and then the base falls off right on my
Oh,
toe. Um, I'm bleeding. It bruises it and breaks it, and so we call 911. The ambulance comes. The guy looks at it. He's like, "Man, it's like when I hit my thumb with a hammer. You're good. If you want to go to urgent care, you can, but you're good." So I go to urgent care. they're like, "Why haven't you went to the hospital?" I was like, "The dude said I was good," and then they're like, "What dude?" So they give me 3 stitches and some pain meds, and my toe was like throbbing in pain for like a week.
Oh,
Yeah, like if I wasn't on meds, it was a wrap for my toe.
oh, yeah,
Hmm.
that sucks,
Hmm.
bro. Do
No
you?
heart surgery. It's not heart surgery.
Oh my
And
god.
my toenail is growing back. It fell off around Christmas, but it's growing back. Yeah,
Oh my god.
and
Yeah,
it takes a long time.
I mean, I've told the story, but I try to tell it as much as possible so somebody out there that smokes cigarettes can stop fucking smoking cigarettes. Because I was
Mm,
smoking almost 2 packs a day. I haven't smoked a cigarette in almost 2 years. Once I went to the
congrats.
hospital, well, should I have a choice? Once I went to the hospital and they said, "Well, you're lucky you didn't die. We need to operate." I never smoked a cigarette again.
Wow.
But it was creepy, man. Like some dude had to shave my balls. That's weird. And I'm like, bro, why do you have to shave my fucking balls? Well, they may need to go into your groin to get to your heart. I'm like, that's disgusting. Don't worry about it. I've got experience. I'm like, I don't want a motherfucker that's got experience shaving balls, bro. This is just whole shit.
Wait, they
Just
don't put you to sleep,
to shave your balls. No,
but they
no,
put you to sleep to do
for
the
the heart.
procedure,
Oh,
right?
it wasn't just a procedure. Like I got a big ass scar down the middle of my chest. Yeah, they crack your shit open and everything.
So just wait, just shave me when I'm
While I'm
out.
asleep. Yes. That's exactly what I said. No, we gotta do it right now. And this motherfucker telling me this shit in the hallway.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's wild.
oh my god. The whole shit was wild, bro. Like it was an experience that you never forget that shit. Do
So
you
what about cigarettes cause that?
oh, cause my arteries were blocked. Like damn near completely. All my arteries in my heart were damn near blocked.
From cigarettes.
Yeah. I mean, well, they can't tell you specifically, but smoking cigarettes is a leading cause of that, and your diet.
Okay. Do you think it's what's in cigarettes, or you think it's the combustion, like smoke?
I think it's what's in the cigarettes.
Okay.
Smoke is not good for you either, but weed smoke and cigarette smoke are completely different. Even though, like I say, the smoke part is not good for you, but what they put some fucked up shit in cigarettes.
I wasn't asking for that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that's cleared up. I was curious, you know.
I'm just saying, I don't want people to be like, oh, but yeah, man, like you definitely like I've been smoking cigarettes for almost a quarter of a century, bro. So it was not good. You ever read the comments on any of your YouTube videos?
Yeah.
Do you sitting at home like agreeing with everything, or are you yelling at the screen?
It depends. There I mean like the comments kind of show you how people perceive things, right? So there's some people and they see like, oh, you wore sneakers on the Tonight Show. Like this guy is, hip hop. This guy is of the culture. This guy is into sneakers. And then some people see it and they're like, baby, get some shoes, baby. What are you doing? Come on now. It's a big night for you. Where are your shoes? So it puts in perspective, like some people, I think it, there was a bit of irony in my suit choice, and I was kind of going for like an '80s kind of thing, and I think that was lost on people. I think some people were like, "Man, this Pee Wee Herman kid, I don't know about him," and it's like I was kind of going for that era, like I was, inspired by that. I feel like that was when the comedy boom. That's when comedians was making stupid money. That's my introduction to late night. I've always watched Eddie Murphy had on his suit and Seinfeld and stuff like that. So that was in my head when I was picking out what I was gonna wear. But then also you see how like some people. don't understand the jokes, or some people,
Yeah.
they'll make a comment and it'll be like, oh, they didn't get it at all, um and then I love watching the arguments. I love seeing one person like, I ain't like this at all, and then other people like, maybe you don't understand jokes, maybe you don't get it. This is the most relatable thing I've seen all day, bro. So I assign voices to different comments sometimes. Yeah.
Actually, I kind of do that too. Most people don't admit to reading the comments though. You'd be surprised. I know I don't read those, and I know you do. I've gone through a lot of videos, and every once in a while you'll see that particular person has commented on something
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
says.
Yeah, I try to have fun. Like, we had our show Sneak This, and the first couple promos they put out really made us look crazy. And the comments were like killing us before people had seen the show. Once people seen the show, we had like a lot of love in the comments, and people just, other than the people like, this is not sports. Like, people were like, oh my God, this is what the sneaker game needs. Like, they need a show like this. This is so creative. It's so unique. We want more. But before that, I was going back and forth with people, just thinking that maybe that would help, the situation. But you just the thing is, you never know who sees that part of it. You never know.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And the next thing you know, that one part of that conversation, which could have been a whole long ass conversation, is what the meme is,
mm-hmm.
and now you look like
Mm-hmm.
an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of learned. I mean, I don't get that many comments like you do, but every two or three that I get that aren't good, I just ignore the shit.
Yeah. No, some people just want to be negative, even when they got nothing. Like, you could tell when somebody's got ammo and when somebody doesn't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is it anybody you like? Man, that person's really fucking funny.
Oh man, there was when I did Jesus and Mero, there was some funny comments. Their fan base is pretty funny. Um, uh, G Easy had just did it recently, and it was such a boring interview. And somebody was like, "This guy is more boring than G Easy," and that threw me it because I felt the same way about the other one. So I'm like, I hope they're joking, but man, that had me dying.
That hurt,
Uh,
huh?
the people on, I feel like on 85 South, they make like all kind of assumptions about you. They're like, he seems like the type of dude that will, and then they'll have like all kind of different games with that. He seems like the type of dude that irons draws. Like all kind of just random things. It's like,
They
I don't
seem to
know how
get it
you.
though.
Yeah, yeah, they get it. They get it. Also, I was so different. I just thought they were gonna like trash me. I thought they were gonna hate it. But some people really liked that when they were like, you know, you were so different, blah blah blah. And it's, just being myself. I can't be anything else.
I will say that episode inspired me more than any one episode of any podcast, including mine. And I'll tell you why.
Mm,
Like I've never been the most well, I need to know everything about the person. I'm gonna ask you every intricate question. I just like to have dope conversations with dope people. That
yeah,
doesn't translate well with everybody. And sometimes, like, you get to read in the comments or what people say, and it's like, damn, well, maybe I need to do this, and maybe I. That episode made me realize I can do shit the way I want to do it, and the people that fuck with me will fuck with me, and the people that don't, there's somebody out there for you. I'm not mad at you.
yeah. I mean, like I think Los is not the type. If he pulls out a good story, he would rather do that than, tell me your life story type of
Yeah,
thing. You
yeah.
know, this, but yeah, I I I really enjoy that. But I'm a fan of them. Like, I watched them from the beginning.
You can tell.
Um, even before they were doing the podcast, when they were just doing stand up. Before, I was there when Los auditioned for Wildin' Out. Um, and yeah, I mean, it's just been dope to watch his whole journey.
That's really dope, man.
Yeah, I
So
mean, he
who's been
started
there for you
before me.
besides him and your mentor? Like who's just been watching your journey?
Um, I mean, like there was some guys that were already in the mix. Like Lowe started well before me, and Clayton English,
Hmm.
and they started like together, and they, when I first started, you would never see them together because they were always busy, doing stuff and everything. And so it was a special moment when you saw them actually in the same space.
Hmm.
LeVar Walker, K Dub. I mean, Atlanta had some really funny people. Shima Franklin, Vanessa Fraction had a room that probably did more for me than anywhere else. And so I would do her room every Monday. But yeah, there's a ton of funny people in Atlanta, and a ton of funny people would come through Atlanta.
Yeah, last time I've been to Atlanta was Freaknik.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
one
I
of the
was a
best
little
weekends.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, one of the best weekends of my life. Actually, I went twice. When was the last time you woke up just broke?
Last time I woke up broke, it was not that long ago. It was, before that first job, really around the time that I did the Tonight Show. I was like selling clothes to, pay the bills and stuff, and doing seamless on foot, like DoorDash, no, Postmates, because yeah, I still have the Postmates credit card. I was doing Postmates in New York on foot,
On
and
foot.
yeah, no bike, no,
That's horrible.
yeah. I mean, I had a monthly train card, so maybe if it was extremely far, I would just get on the train with people's stuff. But yeah, I would on foot. And rich people are crazy. They'll order a milkshake in a snowstorm. My hand would just be like swollen and red, and just please give me a tip. Like I've been holding this milkshake,
Yo, we all getting
walking a
lazy
couple
though,
blocks.
man. Like
Yeah,
my wife ordered groceries. Groceries. We had somebody else go grocery shopping for us.
the
I felt so
machine
horrible.
convinced us that that was safer than us going to the grocery store. Like they convinced us you get no contact delivery,
Oh my God.
and now it's not like it's a person that goes and gets your stuff and drops it off. And it was a lot of, remember the no contact delivery people knocking on the door and
Yeah.
running away and
Yeah.
stuff, and they scared of you scared of them, you spraying your stuff down, and
Man.
yeah.
And now COVID is no more.
That's what how some people act.
Oh
I
my
still wear my
God.
mask. Wearing a mask in Georgia feels like wearing a mask in Georgia in 2019. Like I'll go places with a mask on.
And you the only
You
one.
yeah. Look at me like we all haven't done it. Look at
Well,
me like it's something new. Like you
there's a
still wearing
brother
your
I
mask?
interviewed, Dr. Drummond,
Okay.
and like he's been, on the COVID thing basically from day one. And he put up a post the other day on Instagram, and it was saying that basically the masks are useless. At least the one, if you're not wearing the N95, like everybody's wearing, their cousin made a mask that's got the Falcons on it or the Lions, or you got the little bitty surgical mask. First off, he was saying the surgical masks are useless too. Well, people have been doing surgery with those masks
Come
forever.
on.
Like now, I feel some
Come
type of
on. Been
way.
opening up bodies,
Yes,
delivering babies
yes,
with this useless mask. Probably was like, thought they was good.
I
Probably was
feel some type of
wilding.
way. Yes, I feel
Probably
some type
open
of
mouth
way.
sneezing in this useless mask.
I
Yeah.
have actually done that myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking I'm good. Apparently, I was not. I was spreading shit. Good thing I didn't have a Rona at the time, But apparently, it's we could do away with those and be okay.
Yeah.
This is just one doctor, but I don't know. It's a lot of shit out there, man. But the whole COVID thing, man, it just man, it was a gift and a curse. And like it was dope getting to know people more intimately that were in your circle. But it's fucked up we couldn't go to the movies, or we couldn't go to the
Yeah,
restaurant, or we couldn't go do regular normal people shit for a long ass time. It was like the fucking movies.
yeah.
Do you curse?
Not in my like act. I try to not curse when I'm on stage.
Why?
Like I just don't feel comfortable cursing in the microphone. I don't know. It's something about the microphone just feels formal, and I don't know.
Hmm.
But also it's been good as because I'm not the person that my Facebook name would never be clean comedian Rob Haze. Like I would never, make my family type that in to find me or whatever. But at the same time, I I don't know. I do like that my album is clean. I do like that people of all ages can listen to my jokes.
You don't notice it though. Like they're like,
I try to be funny. I mean, it's like ankle weights. Doing comedy in places where the expectation is this is gonna be dirty, this is gonna be, you know, super blue, sex jokes, blah 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 blah, and then not doing that is harder.
yeah,
There's some people that's what they come for. They come to see people say the things that you can't say at work.
yeah.
But then also I'll do a corporate event and then people will be blown away because they're like, "Oh my god, that was we didn't get in trouble for booking you. That was really good. We can't wait to see you at night. What's that gonna be like?" And they don't even know. It's gonna be the exact same.
I mean, but I get it. But I don't want to see a PG Eddie Murphy, like a stand up PG Eddie Murphy. I
But
want
what you
delirious.
sure, but what you love about Eddie Murphy, I don't know. What I love about Eddie Murphy is not just the fact that he's dirty. The barbecue, he's switching between four different characters
Yeah,
and not being himself to interject, and it's amazing. And
true.
that's amazing whether he's cursing or not.
But it's like listening to Biggie, the clean version. It's different. Like if you get accustomed to
Yeah, no,
your
if yeah,
particular brand, you know what I mean?
yeah, but I would say did if Biggie was a different person, then it wouldn't be like that. I'm not saying, because what if I went out and said fudge and put, thought curse words but didn't say them, then that's gonna take people out of it,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Because then I'd be
For
like, "Why you're grown, bro? Why won't you just say the curse word?"
Yeah, yeah. Like to me, that's just you might as well say it.
Yeah,
You're clearly thinking it,
I don't want to hear
you know.
fudge.
But yeah, I just have a couple moments that where I know it would hit, but I just rather not. I just rather not.
I respect
And
that.
it's been helpful. I get a lot of play on Laugh USA on Sirius XM, and that's a clean channel. But I also get played on Raw Dog, which is not a clean channel, and there's not a lot of comics that work clean that can say that.
Yeah, you literally can go anywhere with the same routine and get the same laughs. Is there a particular crowd that you prefer though?
I like smart crowds. I like places like DC, Huntsville, Alabama.
Really, Alabama?
Hunts
I
don't
would not have
you
guessed that.
don't do the whole state. Huntsville's got the most PhDs per capita. Yeah, they got NASA there. Yeah, it's some
What?
smart people in Huntsville.
I would not have thought that. Did not know
Hmm.
that. My apologies, Huntsville.
Portland, Oregon, uh, the Bay, New York. I really like people, and because I think my stream of conscious is not always um kind of surface level. Sometimes I
Yeah.
get into more heady places. Sometimes I get into more political stances. Sometimes, and so anywhere where I could just go
Hmm.
and don't have to worry about, are these people gonna get it? Are these people gonna be lost? And they can just kind of go with me. I like places like that.
Okay, I ain't gonna hold you up too long, but
Oh,
what
you
you got
good?
next?
We wrapped the new season of Sherman, so that's coming soon. Be on the lookout. Sneak this, BR Kicks, working on that.
Okay, I didn't see that. What exact? Explain that to me.
Okay, so Sneak This is it's the first ever sketch show all about sneakers and sneaker culture, and it's on BR Kicks Bleacher Report. They have a whole channel that's about sneakers, and so we have a sketch show. We got 6 episodes on there right now.
That's crazy. So you a sneakerhead?
Yeah, I'm a sneakerhead.
Dopest shoe.
I love the Jordan 4, the cement gray Jordan 4.
I like those too. I'm a Adidas. I'm from Detroit,
Okay,
and
I see.
top tens have always been like my whole life. Like a pair of top tens you could wear literally to a wedding, a funeral, a graduation, and in the hood. So a clean pair of all white top tens will always be for me. I might actually get buried in those.
Not with the navy stripes with the red on top with the
Nope.
little gray. No,
Nope. Just straight
all
white.
white.
All white. Got a pair
Interesting.
upstairs.
There's a comedian and all he wears is top tens. Tone Bell.
I've not heard of him. I gotta check that
Tone
out now.
Bell. He's Atlanta guy, but started in Texas. But he's been you've seen him in a movie. He's
Hmm.
been in he's been in a ton of good movies recently. He was in the Billie Holiday movie. He was in uh, the movie with Nandi Asamoah and Tessa Thompson. The like little love story, but yeah, no, he's in a ton of stuff, ton of TV shows. Um,
Damn.
yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh, what's the name of that movie?
Top tens. I'm definitely gonna check that out
But
then.
all he wears is top ten. When he's not wearing skates, he's wearing top tens.
I got a pair upstairs, some red, black, and green ones. I had my daughters buy for me a year ago. I've worn them once. Gotta find something to wear with those.
Okay, are they patent leather?
They
They
are the patent
okay.
leather
I
joints.
think I know
Yeah.
those. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, clean. Um, got my old lady bought me some Air Maxes. I had a couple pair of those, but the
Okay.
black and gray ones, I can't remember what year they are. Cold though. I definitely got to check that show out. Let me write that down too. I
Yeah.
have to write
Yeah.
myself some notes and shit.
Sneak this.
Yeah, that's an interesting concept too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, so my bad. What else you got coming up?
That's it. When I know more about this project that I'm working on right now, be able to tell people more. But it's kind of we shot the proof of concept, so pushing that out there now. And so yeah, that's gonna be the next hopefully special and album.
Okay, have you written the movie yet?
Not yet.
What you waiting on?
Some time, some free time. I've been like doing a lot of writing jobs. I had like 3 jobs in February. I just finished in a room, so I just been doing a lot of writing for other people and haven't had the time and bandwidth to just get started on the movie.
My bad. It's my dog running
Oh,
around
you
upstairs.
good? You
Yeah.
good? You got the
Um.
virtual background, so I was like, yo, I don't even see nothing in this lavish apartment. What city is that behind you?
I'm not sure. This is just a dope ass picture I found, man. I'm in my basement, bro.
I got you. Okay.
Although I do got a nice little whatchamacallit behind that. I just happen to, I like to, this is my dream. Although I'm
Mm-hmm.
scared of heights, so I would never actually live there. And I never understood why people that with the richest people stay in the most unsafe apartments. Like if I got a lot of money, I'm not staying in an apartment that if the place burns up, I'm going to die. I'm gonna be like a really dope apartment on the first floor.
Yeah, but I think they're thinking nobody can just run in my place.
I mean, they're typically in buildings where nobody's running in anybody's place.
Yeah,
If you live in Jay Z's building, ain't nobody breaking in there. There's no crime there. But if it catches on fire, how you gonna get out?
yeah.
I just never understood that. But yeah, I got a couple of these behind. I just thought it was just I don't know. I'm lazy, I guess. I don't know. Let me see what else I got. Kevin Hart and Snoop. You did the show with them?
Yes, I did the year in wrap up 21 and done with them.
Okay, actually, I saw a couple of their joints, and they might be one of the best pairings in the history of pairs.
They're
They're
incredible.
hilarious.
They're so funny. Snoop is super knowledgeable. Kevin can make anything funny. Um, I mean, yeah, you don't have to give them much. We wrote so many jokes, and they use so few of the jokes that we use just because they're just so yeah. It was crazy. We had stuff for them for everything, but
So are you there on set with them?
when they're on set, you hear the laughs in the background. That's us. That's the writers. Yeah,
So is Snoop like
and
really that cool in real life?
he's the coolest. He's like another level, because he's you. Not only is he cool, but also he made some of your favorite stuff. He made some of your favorite people's favorite stuff, and he's not even on that. He's not playing his music. He's not even playing West Coast music. He's playing old school music. He's chilling, you
Yeah, he
know.
is. He's
He's
the
yeah,
uncle everybody. He is Uncle Snoop
he's
to
Uncle Snoop,
the world.
but at the same time, he knows a little bit about like I said about Los. He's like the same way. He knows a little bit about everything.
Well, when you're rich and you got a lot of weed, man, you watch a lot of shit.
Yeah, but he's not. I don't know. For I've only was around him on that one job, and he gives me the feeling of like when he smokes other people under the table, he's still learning and finding out stuff.
And if
So
you out
other
there and
people
you
are
listen to
like
this, Snoop,
passed out, and he's
still learning.
reading a book or looking at some online. Gotta be because he knows about everything.
Yeah, I'm not that bright. But if you happen to see this, Snoop, I got money. Everything I own, I know somebody that will absolutely smoke you under the table.
Mm.
I got a cousin, man. This guy's been like 20 years ago, he was smoking 10 blunts a day.
Different strokes for different folks. I feel like the people like the Seth Rogans and the Currencies and the Wiz Khalifas and the Snoops of the world, the Willie Nelsons. There are people that are built to do that,
Man,
and there are other people. I'm a super lightweight.
oh my
I'm
God.
I will be acting a fool trying to. I can't compete. No,
I can't pay
no.
for it
I'm
now.
the one that they can talk. Come on, Rob. You put in. Come on, you're not really smoking. That's what they always say to me. You're not even really smoking. Like, all right, I I feel like I'm done.
Like, it's to the point now, like, well, not now, but back when I was smoking, there's certain people I would make no attempt to even smoke with because I'm gonna embarrass myself and they end up laughing at me.
Hmm.
So no, I would like my cousin. Nah, bro, you go. Nope. I go over his crib. You wouldn't? No, I don't. I'm cool. I was high in the car. My, you know. Um. So when you gonna start a family, bro? We gonna have some
Yo,
kids.
yo, whoa, this took a turn.
It does. I got a little ADHD.
we we ain't talking about no personal nothing. This like like you pressing me.
My bad.
I have a girlfriend. You know, we taking things slow. We want to do things the right way. We want to get married first, and then after that, you know, pursue a family. So I don't know. It's in that plan. You know that 25 years from now, that's the reason why I'm not just out here touring the world all day long. It's because I plan on having a family, having some kids for sure.
Yo, man, kids are dope. And I've got adult children. I got grandkids.
Okay.
Grandkids are the best because you can take them back. And everything they do is adorable. Everything. And like my one granddaughter, I go over there, Papa! And it's just beautiful, perfect little pitch voice. Oh, like no is not even an option. But good luck with that, man. Something just tells me you're gonna be like just a really dope father.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, no doubt, man. And if nobody has told you today, bro, I'm proud of you.
Oh wow, I appreciate that.
You know what?
This is a good feeling. I didn't know how to feel, you know, intellectually petty. I didn't know what how deep that was gonna be. You know, like yeah, this has been nice.
I appreciate it, man. Well,
Yeah,
the thing about it is, I try not to make our people look bad, and that
so
that's a reason why I don't have a gazillion followers. Is I'm not talking a bunch of shit, and I'm not screaming at nobody, and I'm not going. I don't want you to leave and be like fuck him.
the people will come, man. The people
They
will come.
will. They absolutely will. Your favorite TV show?
My favorite TV show right now, or
Just
just
period.
period. Um, I think the best TV show on earth is Inside the NBA. Um,
Really?
yeah. Uh,
I was
what?
going. No Seinfeld.
I love Seinfeld, love Curb. You know, um, shoot, I don't. It's my favorite TV show though. I don't know. I'm crazy about A Different World. Crazy about the Cosby Show.
Classic shit.
Yeah,
Malcolm Jamal Warner followed me like a month ago, and
really.
oh my god, bro, I just like
Ooh,
I had to call my friends and shit. Like, bro, I have made it. Malcolm Jamal Warner is following me. Like, oh, anyway, I want to ask him about the Gordon Gartrell. Like, where is that? I need to know.
yeah. It looks a lot like the shirt Cuba was wearing in Boys in the Hood.
It does. It absolutely does. But A Different World was actually a better show.
Once they figured it out, once they got it
Yeah.
together,
Yes.
yeah.
It just was, at least, I guess, for me, because I was at that point in life.
Okay.
So it was just way more relevant and it was more realistic. The Cosby Show at the time, looking back, the Cosby Show was groundbreaking. But living through it, it was just, and I lived in kind of like a decent neighborhood. I lived in a good neighborhood. All of Detroit is black folks, so we were kind of like upper middle class Detroiters. If that makes sense. So, there was a lot of professionals in our neighborhood, but you never saw a doctor and a lawyer. Nothing to that level. So it was a
But
little unrealistic, at least in our minds. And A Different World was spot on. It was right there. Like that's some shit that I lived.
see, I'm from Atlanta, so that I know people who parents are black lawyers, parents are black doctors, you know, we're working in that era where, you know, so I don't know. For me it's like those people existed. I always kind of fight back at that because I feel like, you know, the unfortunate thing is one family there was an era where one family had to represent all black people.
Yeah.
And that's the unfortunate thing, you know, because like there's a Morehouse Medical School that we knew about. I would go to the science camp there. So, you know, that's an all black
Yeah.
medical school.
Yeah.
They're putting out black doctors every year,
True.
So it's just one of those things where I wish more people, and I mean this is not just a youth thing. This is stuff I've heard my whole life about the Cosby Show and kind of authenticity, but I feel like those people existed. They weren't, but they weren't everywhere, but they definitely existed.
Well, you got to realize too, like you're the next generation after me, so you're the generation that the Cosby Show, you are the possibility that the Cosby Show created for a lot of us.
Yeah, but I'm saying here in Atlanta, you got people that like are you. Of course, you got people who are first generation college. You also got people who are like third generation college. Like my homegirl's grandfather was a trailblazing black doctor.
Mm.
And there's a lot of people here with connections to the civil rights movement.
Yeah.
You look up their grandparents and their great uncles and aunts, and they were, you know, not just in the marches, but leading stuff. So it's just a different, I don't know, it's just a different experience here as far as that goes. But yeah. But at the same time, we just got to get to the point where we have so many representations that it's not just
It's not an anomaly.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's routine.
like I feel like a part of the pressure of a show like Blackish and like is that we had gotten back to the point where one family was representing all black people
Yeah.
on television,
Yeah.
and it's never gonna, everybody's never gonna feel that.
Yeah.
You
Although
know,
Blackish is a ridiculously good show.
it's a really good show,
Yeah.
but there are people who never even tried it because they're like, that's not, because of the name Blackish,
Yeah.
and they're like, that's not me. That's not what I want to see on TV. And so I think there's some people that never even gave it a shot just because it doesn't fit into what what their idea of the black family that should be shown on
It's
TV
not
is.
Power.
It's not Power.
And a lot of people that watch Power, and I fucks with Power, no disrespect to that show,
I
but
watch Power.
the
That's
two
my
communities
pleasure.
generally don't intermingle. People that fuck with Blackish usually fuck with Blackish, and they not fucking with Power, and vice versa. There are some people, that'll go through both lanes, but it's usually a either or. And I'm not sure, people are like, oh, that's not realistic. Bro, you wasn't selling birds either. That's not realistic. Somehow in their mind, some dude shooting people, a million people and selling 700
Power,
bricks is
Power
realistic.
takes some leaps. I was gonna ask you if you watch BMF or if you had any thoughts on that show.
I watched BMF, and the crazy part about it is like in Detroit, especially during that time, where they grew up at, most of us didn't go. It's a whole different fucking world.
Yeah.
So but the first show, I was like, I remember telling my boy, this shit is ass. This don't represent us. I had a million critiques of the first show. It's gotten a lot better as it's progressed.
I would say the paragraph on top cracked me up. Like the a lot of the things are from real things, but some of this really happened.
Yeah.
Like I love that, and I do love that they're not tracing other shows and other stories. You could tell they're like making something from scratch. There's
Yeah.
a lot of things that feel like, okay, I don't think I've seen this before, but I do wish we see how they got to cocaine. You don't start at cocaine in high school. Like
Yeah, you
Wood
do.
Harris picks them up as
Yeah.
kids,
Yeah, you
and
do.
then what? Yeah, you do.
Yes.
You just
Yes.
start. You don't
Yes.
start.
Yes. Yes.
You
Trust me.
start with cocaine.
Yes. Like
That's a
I
lot of
remember
trust.
I remember
They don't
distinctly.
start on like selling
No.
weed.
No. No, there was a lot of cats that I
They
grew
don't
up
start
with.
selling candy,
No,
Kool-Aid,
no,
nothing. They're
no.
children.
When I remember 85, 86 when cocaine hit Detroit. And it went from like dudes that stole cars in my neighborhood went straight to selling dope. It was
But see,
no,
they started stealing cars. See, this
well,
is
yeah,
what
they
I'm
were
saying.
criminals.
You
They
got to
had a
start
criminal mindset.
somewhere.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
there was a criminal
saying.
mindset.
That's what I'm saying. The to start us off as these kids arguing in the house, and then they get picked up by this man, and then we never see the
The
progression of
yeah,
even how, like,
yeah,
what makes you even, like think about the first time you ever did something bad, the first time you ever did something, and it's like, oh, like maybe somebody stole a candy bar, maybe somebody, we never get that.
yeah.
It's just like, yo, we got on fur coats, we got on chains, we selling cocaine, we talking about taking over the city immediately.
Well, you know what it is though is that most of their audience already knew the story.
Okay.
So like from being from Detroit, they would not be who I would put on TV. Like there was a gang group organization, whatever you want to call it, called Young Boys Incorporated. That's Detroit. BMF story really don't get started much. It gets started in Ecorse and Inkster and Southwest Detroit, but it don't really get going till they hit Atlanta. Like Young Boys
Mm.
was Detroit through and through. Like that would be the story, and that was a criticism that I had, and a lot of people from Detroit had. Like, okay, yeah, it's dope that they talking about Detroit, but if you really gonna talk about Detroit, these the cats that they need to be talking about. And
Interesting.
it was the same time frame, and those cats really, like, really, they had a lock on Detroit, not just some little city outside of Detroit. They had Detroit locked down. So, but
Mm.
as it's got, like I say, as it went on, it got better. I still like Snowfall better.
I mean, Snowfall, I feel like it's night and day just because you have the whole CIA and then
Yeah,
the Mexicans, and you really have three different stories that kind of converge and tell one larger story. So yeah, no, I think that Snowfall's like a different monster. You got
yeah.
Walter Mosley writing episodes. You
But not
know.
they did steal old boy. Because I happened to interview Rick Ross, the real one,
Okay.
and
Okay.
they stole his whole fucking story.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and give him nothing. Like that part I don't like,
yeah.
but man, like I just watched the most recent episode today. Oh my god, that shit was lit.
Don't spoil it. I
I,
haven't seen it yet.
yeah. Oh my god, you gotta watch the late.
Yeah, I'm
Whew.
still in the cage, so don't.
Yeah. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say another word, man, but
All right.
trust and
Cool.
believe you're gonna be like, man, that dude was right about that one. Yeah, this last episode, I was like, oh, I've been waiting on this one. It's about to really just turn up. Actually,
Okay.
it kind of did. But yeah, I would say Snowfall and then BMF. But and I think BMF is gonna catch up though. I think now that they're gonna put some more money into BMF.
Yeah. I
So
I mean, yeah. No, I like BMF. I like I like that it. I feel like they're telling the story in a different way.
yeah,
But yeah, I was just curious because of the whole Detroit element. I am curious what they're gonna do next. As far are they just gonna zoom all the way to Atlanta, or
I
what
think so.
they're gonna go year by year? What they're gonna do?
Nah, I think they're gonna they'll do a episode where it's both.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well we doing all this, and then bam, this is how we got to Atlanta. And then when they get to Atlanta, it's just gonna they're gonna have to put more money into it because they had more money.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be able to show like they really had bread, or
Yeah.
people gonna tune out. If like, they get to Atlanta and they driving fucking box Chevys. I don't want to see you driving box Chevys in Atlanta. I want to see you driving Porsches.
Yeah.
Shit like that. I want to see the rich aspect. Anyway, if people want to get in contact with you, they want to book you for a show, how they go about doing that?
RobHaze.com.
That's very simple, to the point.
RobHaze.com. I'm Rob Haze on everything except for Twitter. This man has this handle. He won't let it go. He gets way more mentions about me than about him and his dog and whatever he's doing. But yeah, so Robert is the man on Twitter, but Rob Haze on everything else pretty much. Yeah, including Cash App, Venmo. You want to send me some money? Yeah, Rob Haze on there too.
That send a man some money, he deserves it. I greatly, greatly, greatly. First off, you posted the flyer, which most people don't do, bro.
Really?
Yes,
It
yes.
costs nothing. It's promoting. It's me. I'm always gonna promote me. That's
Oh my
nuts.
god, you would be surprised, yo. And for the record, man, love Chuck D. Appreciate that you love Chuck D. Man, that was probably, man, it's got to be one of my worst interviews.
Oh man. Oh yeah. I was like, how do you know I love Chuck? Here it is. Yeah.
Bam! Yeah. Oh my God. Like I had been trying to interview him for a long time, and then one day, just out the blue, his people call. Okay, bro, you got a half an hour. And I was just caught off guard. You know, first off, I'm a fan.
hmm
You know, and I was hella nervous. Oh my God. I don't even, I rarely listen to episodes I've done, but that one I never listened to because I'm scared of how bad I'm going to sound. But
Yeah.
it was dope as fuck that I can tell my kids and grandkids when they see him on TV or they see the video, yeah, I interviewed him. You know, so really is dope. And I will always love, oh my God, man, Public Enemy, one of the best groups in the
I
history.
love Public Enemy. I had a whole phase like and it's so funny because like It Takes a Nation came out when I was born, but when I was 18, that's all I wanted to listen to was that and Fear of a Black Planet and Yo Bum Rush the Show. I just had like a phase. In college I had a Public Enemy poster on the wall and I had like a, Chuck and Flav shirt and I was into it. Yeah. Just
That's dope.
them Bomb Squad beats,
We're
man.
crazy.
The beats were crazy and I didn't know anyone. There was no one near me that felt the same, even wanted to like try it. It was just purely just me, just by myself, listening to Public Enemy, and I don't know. Yeah, I just man the interludes, Terminator X. Like I man,
Crazy.
yeah,
Although I think the Bomb Squad with Ice Cube was more a perfect fit.
yeah. America's Most is Kill at Will is yeah. Those are incredible.
Oh
I
my
I
God.
will I will agree with that. Once I listened to PE a whole lot, and then when I found out that they did America's Most, I yeah I listened to that recently, and I was just like I
Yo.
wasn't crazy. It
Yo. And
it
then
deserves it.
like people think that the build up to the Snoop album was the biggest in history. They weren't old enough to understand the build up to Ice Cube's album.
Really,
Oh, the anim I mean, he had just left, he left NWA. Like the niggas with attitudes. And leaving them, people was, he was gonna be a flop. And then he went all the way to the East Coast to get beats. Oh man, he's fucking up his career. He didn't change, he ain't the same. Blase. And when it came out, bruh, it was, man, that shit was just, it was a whole nother galaxy of shit. Like Ice
mm-hmm.
Cube was like, people knew he was the glue of NWA. He was the dope one, but we didn't know how dope Ice Cube was until Ice Cube did his shit by himself. And man, oh, man, that's absolutely one of the, that and Snoop, definitely for my lifetime, probably, and Pac, when he got out of prison. Top 3 most anticipated albums that I can think of.
Okay.
And I would say, well, Snoop had a perfect album. I don't know if America's Most was a perfect album, but I don't think it was as perfect. Like Snoop shit sonically was just better than everybody else's.
Yeah.
And
Sequencing,
the
sounds.
commercials,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
my God, it just was. And Dre had become such a perfectionist at the time. Like it didn't sound anything like any NWA shit. It was that was some beautiful music. Outkast made some. They probably one of the few groups with 3 classics. I don't. It's not too many other groups that's got
The
3
first
classics.
3.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Especially out the gate. Oh man, when Southern Playlist came out, bro, they that shit was different. I still play that like to this day, and it still sounds like it came out yesterday. Shout out to Big Boy and Andre 3000, wherever you
Yeah.
at. You know.
Shout out to the both of them for sure.
On that note, bro, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna let you go ahead and spend some time with your family. Happy birthday to your sister and your grandmother.
Thank you.
That's a beautiful thing right there, man. How old is Grams?
93.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
jeez, that's a life right there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God. I haven't
And
got a chance to
still
interview somebody.
talking.
Like, yeah, I'm trying to
Still,
interview somebody 90.
still got some memories and able to recall different things and really, hold a conversation and stuff. So it's a real blessing for real.
That's dope, man. That's dope,
Mm-hmm.
man. So, hey, it's looking good for you, bro. You should be around for another 60, 70 years then. You know, if you happen to come to Detroit or Cleveland, let me know so we can
Okay.
get tickets and come support your shit.
All right. I will do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
because
will
we like to
definitely
go
do
to the
that.
little
I've
comedy
been
shows.
trying. I got family out there. I got some friends that after college moved out there. I can't find a venue that, or like the right situation, but I've been trying to get out there.
Man, you got to hook up with Coco.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar.
Actually, a friend of mine, he is the student minister for Mosque Number One. He knows everybody.
Okay.
So if you try to do that, man, hit me up. Inbox me or email
I'll
me.
hit you. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see if we can put that in motion. And yeah, because Coco has been doing comedy for years. So she's like a staple in Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, if don't nobody else know, she would know.
Okay.
Horace, I can't remember Horace's name. I went to high school with this cat named Horace. He does like I won't say Christian comedy, but Christian comedy, if that makes sense. Like Kev on stage before Kev on stage.
Okay.
He would know too. Hit me up, man. We'll see something. You know.
We'll connect.
Yeah, no doubt, man. It's been an honor and it's been a privilege, man. Enjoyed the conversation, man. It was dope having you on, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. Appreciate you, man. If you ever need anything, let me know.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
no doubt, man. You have a good one.
You too.
All right, peace.
Peace.